Want to start out, Jon, man. There was so much excitement when we heard this new single was coming out with Donell Jones, man. A collaboration of two '90s legends, man. It just tell us about this song, Understand, and what this is all about.
Wow, yeah, no, I'm super excited about it myself. We just finished the video for this, and that really kind of like put everything, really made it that much more real for me, because when I first wrote the song, I wrote and produced the record. Actually, a friend of mine, Tim Carter, people would know Tim, actually. If you watch the They Don't Know video, I'm getting the very beginning of the video, I'm getting my hair cut in a barber. Barbers cut my hair in a barber shop. And the barber is Tim Carter. And Tim Carter
I actually remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tim has been a long time friend of mine, and he always was a great singer and a great songwriter. But he became an incredible vocal coach, and has worked with everybody from Fifth Harmony and all the girls in Fifth Harmony to Beyonce. I mean, so he's well established in his own right, and that's Tim Carter. So he helped me write the verses on Understand. And it's interesting, when he wrote the record with me, I did I recorded it, and I said, the cadence of the first verse, man, it kind of, I don't know if that's me all the way. It sounds more like Donell Jones than it does me, And I just kind of said that as soon as I heard that, I wasn't thinking, let me make this a duet with Donell Jones. It wasn't until I ran into Donell, we were doing a show together, and we kept running into each other. We would do these lineup shows where, I'd see him backstage, and, hey, man, we got to do something, man. Oh, yeah, that'd be dope, yeah. And, we never made it happen. So after this last time seeing him at this one show, I gave him a key with some music on it, and Understand was one of the joints. And he instantaneously got back to me, and he was like, yo, I really like number 4, man. That Understand joint, that's the one right there. And I said, well, it's crazy because that's the one I had in mind for you. It works perfect. So let me know when you're available to do it. And let me tell you, it took a long time to get the record done. It's actually, I waited a long time, but it's because both of us had such grueling tour schedules that, it's hard to get the time right, coordinate the time. So we were finally able to get this thing done. And when I heard the record, because he recorded his verse at his studio, and he sent me it, and I was just like, oh man, you did it. You made it so you put your swag on it and just completely murdered the record. So took it to a whole nother level. And then I just said to him, I said, now we do the video for this, and it's a movement, So, we got the video done, and I feel real good about it. I haven't really felt this good about a song I put out in a really long time.
Wow.
Just the quality of the whole thing is a very high one, I will say. From my experience, I've done a lot of collaborating over the years, and this means the most to me that anything has in a really long time.
Wow.
Reminds me of how I felt like when I did Are You Still Down?
Wow.
The audience ain't even heard it yet, and I already feel like it's a hit. So, yeah.
Well, Jon, when I tell you, man, the excitement for this is off the charts, basically. When we were sharing the news about this collaboration, and then we found out it's the first single from your new album, and people have been waiting a long time, as you know, for a Jon B album. So, man, what can you tell us about the album?
Well, the album is, is coming too. I mean, I'm so excited to have the album coming out too. It took a very long time to get this one done, but I will say the album is sort of the sum of a lot of different, moments in time that really are important moments in time for me, and I was able to kind of like have these little pockets of time be, sort of like last forever now with these songs. I'll always remember, because what I did was, I took certain songs from like certain years, like maybe something back from late '99 or something, and I updated it, and I made it, put some new drums to it, layered up some vocals, put some new keys on it, and updated it so it had this very unique quality to it, because it wasn't right now. It was kind of vintage, but it was updated. So, there's joints like that are very much gems that, have been around for a while now and just kind of age like wine. And I'm very happy to share those records. But at the same time, there's new music that just got created over the last couple of years. Songs like Understand. And there's also a very, one of my favorites on the album is called Waiting on You. And I did that with my boy Brady, who actually is my bass player, from my band, and Tom,
yep.
You've seen many shows at the BB King.
Absolutely.
Brady's a very, very, virtuoso bass player.
That's our boy, yeah.
Brady Watt is his name. You can check him out, Brady Watt. We actually just did a thing together for his bass and bars episode thing that he's doing, and he's doing live collaborations with all the people that he grew up loving, and that actually he's gotten to know through being the bass guy on the road. And so Quali's on there, I'm featured on there. So yeah, you can check him out, Brady Watt, bass and bars. We just did Are You Still Down live on my balcony. It was lit.
Wow.
Dope arrangement he made of the bass, where he basically played the chords and the bass line all on the bass, just all live. And he's also a very unique bass player, because he's a fretless bass player. So it's he has a certain tonality that's very unique. But anyway, we did this record together, Waiting on You, and it's probably the only record on the album that I will say happened in one day. It was just like I got down in the studio and I said I was going to write a record, and I did just that, and I didn't stop until it was done. I didn't break it up into 2 days or 3 days or whatever. It just got done. It was a solid train of thought from beginning to end. And it's interesting because the song is called Waiting on You, but what the song really represents to me is more like my creativity. And when that moment comes to you of like feeling like you're in your zone, sometimes you have to wait a long time to get back in that zone. It's like, oh, come on, man, where's the inspiration right now? You feel the weight of the world or whatever. So that sometimes can feel like writer's block. And so you're waiting for those, those moments to come of sort of like clarity and focus. But at the same time, the song's also about waiting for your lover, the one you love, to sort of like meet you halfway and be there with you, really be there with you. Because sometimes we just get so lost in the responsibilities of the day, that we tend to have, we tend to like be blind, take a blind eye to a lot of other things, in our life, relationship-wise. So the song is to help strengthen that, and Waiting on You, sort of like, all right, you can keep me waiting. I'll wait all my life for you, just because when you show up, it's perfect timing, It's,
right.
So you got. I ain't gonna spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. I just want to give you guys a sample of what the song is talking about. But
we appreciate that, John.
Absolutely.
Man, John, I love all that you're giving us right now. But one thing I did want to circle back to, you were talking about all these new records that are going to be on the album. And let me tell you, there's one video on our YouTube page. Tom recorded it at your show at BB King's a couple of years ago. The song Hurricane, that has so many views on our page, and everyone is like, where the heck is that song? So, John,
it's not coming out. I will say, sometimes in life, you have to go through, breakups. You have to go through relationships that end up not working out. And, it's a hard thing to address for me because it's like, it's just like my divorce, talking on the unsung. I don't know if anybody saw my unsung episode, but that was very, very, truth-telling for me, very much making amends with my history, with my past and the things that I've been through. And so every time I talk about the past, I feel like very much like I'm sort of making amends. So with that, since you asked about it, the song was also very special to me. I wrote the song Hurricane with a very talented gentleman by the name of Eric Dawkins, and also produced by Warren Campbell, the track. And I was excited about that track. I really was. But, to tell you the truth, it was a little premature of a release. It sort of got out from under my feet, and I really didn't feel like I had my feet fully planted on the floor, like I'm used to having. I felt like it was moving before I even got a chance to say, okay, I'm ready, to where, I just didn't feel comfortable with the release. I didn't feel like the business really made sense for me. And when the business supersedes the art, what is actually being released to people, what are we giving them, when the business is more important than that, then you really have to go and redefine what you're doing, or decide whether you want to even do it at all. And at that point, I had recorded like 9 songs, 10 songs, you know what I mean? No, I don't think it was that many, but it was a good amount of songs that I had done, with the intention of putting those out, not putting them out, but with the intention of saying, okay, we're going to do good business and we're going to be able to make this thing happen. And that wasn't the case. So with Hurricane, the hurricane came and went, man. You know what I mean? We kind of had to let that one kind of blow with the wind. And but all due respect to everybody involved, you know what I mean? It's more like, hey, we couldn't get the business right, so, it is what it is. I'm not going to discredit anyone or throw no shade or anything like that. I feel blessed. Like I was kind of tried through fire like a sword being dipped in the fire, you know what I mean? And then it came out even sharper, So hence the album that you have before you right now.
Yeah.
Enough talk
Thank
about
you, John.
Hurricane.
Thank you for sharing that with us, John.
In the past.
We still get asked about
allowing that one to be something that you dug, because I dug it too. Appreciate that.
We still get asked about the Mr. Goodnight album, so we just want to clear up for the fans, and it's good that you were able to share that with us. Yeah, it's good to finally
talk about it because now I have a reason to. I have this album. Understand that is that I feel very, very confident about, and it took everything that Mr. Goodnight album couldn't be for me, but nevertheless was a stepping stone and very much a learning process for me of what I wanted to do. And so that was cool to be able to have all those people kind of like as just help season what I already had going on, which was dope. I appreciate everybody for that.